Canto 1, Chapter 15, Text 8. Yet sannidhav aham u khandavam agnaye adam indram cha samaraganam tarasa vijitaya labdha sabha maya kritat bhudashila maya shilpamaya dibyo aharan ripatayo balim advarete. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation: because he was near me, it was possible for me to conquer with great dexterity the powerful king of heaven, Indradeva, along with his demigod associates, and thus enable the fire god to devastate the Khandava forest. And only by his grace was a demon named Maya saved from the blazing Khandava forest. And thus we could build our assembly house of wonderful architectural workmanship, where all the princes assembled during the performance of Rajasuya Yajna and paid you tributes. It's a chapter called The Pandavas Retired Timely. Purport: the demon Mayadanava was an inhabitant of the forest Khandava. And when the Khandava forest was set on fire, he asked protection from Arjuna. Arjuna saved his life, and as a result of this, the demon felt obliged. He reciprocated by building a wonderful assembly house for the Pandavas, which attracted the extraordinary attention of all state princes. They felt the supernatural power of the Pandavas, and thus without grudge all of them submitted and paid tributes to the emperor. The demons possess wonderful and supernatural powers to create material wonders, but they are always disturbing elements of the society. The modern demons are the harmful material scientists who create some material wonders for disturbance in the society. For example, the creation of nuclear weapons has caused some panic in human society. Maya was also a materialist like that, and he knew the art of creating such wonderful things. And yet Lord Krishna wanted to kill him. When he was chased both by the fire and by the wheel of Lord Krishna, he took shelter of such a devotee as Arjuna, who saved him from the wrath of the fire by fire of Lord Krishna. Devotees are therefore more merciful than the Lord, and in devotional service the mercy of a devotee is more valuable than the mercy of the Lord. Both the fire and the Lord ceased from chasing the demon as soon as both of them saw that the demon was given shelter by such a devotee as Arjuna. This demon, feeling obliged to Arjuna, wanted to do him some service to show his gratefulness. But Arjuna declined to accept anything from him in exchange. Lord Sri Krishna, however, being pleased with Maya for his taking shelter of a devotee, asked him to render service unto King Yudhishthira by building a wonderful assembly house. The process is that by the grace of the devotee, the mercy of the Lord is obtained, and by mercy of the Lord, a chance to serve the Lord's devotee is obtained. The club of Bhimasena was also a gift of Maya Danava. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timidanthasya Yaranjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Meshwaram Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamini Namane Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakatadamadaya Nagaragramadharine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nitya-dāsa Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. We have picked up this shloka, from the chapter The Pandavas Retire Timely. It's about how the Pandavas went back to Godhead. It is a big chapter. The Mahabharata, it is titled Swargarohanam. But the question in the Bhagavatam answered is, did they go to Swarga? Did they go to enjoy material pleasures in Swargaloka? After rendering devotional service to Krishna, did they get this destination? No. They got something more than that. Material enjoyments was not the aim and goal of the Pandavas. They are considered to be very, very great devotees. So they actually achieved Krishna's shelter in his abode, much more than the enjoyment of Indra, Chandra, Varuna, all of them together. So Pandavas Retire Timely is a very beautiful chapter where we learn that we must retire. Period. Full stop. At some time we must retire. And that we must retire timely. That will be very nice if you do that. But in these days, people have nothing to look forward to if they retire. Therefore they continue. But in Vedic education, they are waiting to retire. Why? Because they know the purpose of life. And they want to indulge in that. And that is, they want to completely dedicate themselves to thinking of Krishna, worshipping Krishna, chanting his names, reading the Bhagavatam, having the association of devotees and preparing themselves. You prepare yourself so that you can die properly. Art of living. How to get out from here. That has to be learned. Throughout your life, one thing is living, another thing is leaving. Both should be learned. So, Pandavas retire timely means they actually leave. And it's an amazing chapter in which they will not even tell Draupadi, not tell Kunti, they will just go. And Draupadi will hear of it. My husbands have left without even telling me. She didn't feel any regret because she knows the goal of life too. She says, yes, that's what they are supposed to do. They will leave and go. I am also going. She also prepared. In this way, how nicely they end their life, preparing for the end. That is described here. While that, in the beginning of the chapter, is Arjuna's recollection. Because Krishna Swadhamo Bhagate Dharma Jnana Adivihi Saha. Krishna Swadhama, when Krishna went back, Dharma Jnana Adivihi Saha, Dharma and Jnana also went along with him. Kalo Nashtadrisha Mesha Puranarko Adunoditaha. Purana, this Bhagavata Purana is risen arka like the sun to give us light. Krishna left. After Krishna left, Arjuna was completely torn with separation from Krishna. They were such close friends. Bhakto sime sakha cheti rahasyam ki etad uttamam. You are not only my devotee, but you are also my sakha, my dear friend. Therefore I am telling you this rahasyam, uttama rahasyam, topmost secret. So Arjuna felt a great separation from his good friend Krishna. Krishna was relating with him as a friend. Sakhya rasa, they were enjoying. So this particular thing about Khandava forest being eaten happened When Krishna and Arjuna, it seems, were putting our hands on each other's shoulder and walking, talking very intimately. There's lots of descriptions of Krishna's friendship with Arjuna. Putting hands on each other's shoulders, something like that, and they were walking. That they were sitting in the park bench, something like that, and talking. At that time, a deadly personality approached them. He was looking full of tejas. He was actually Agni, fire god. He approached them and he fell at their feet and he said, I am waiting to eat the Khandava forest. Every time I try to eat, Indra interferes. I am not able to. So, I am hungry to eat. Fire means he burns it up and eats it. So Agni is coming and telling this to Arjuna and Krishna. Please help me do it. You are Arjuna, famed warrior, Kshatriya. I will be very happy to please help you in any way you want. So Krishna looked at Arjuna, Arjuna looked at Krishna, and Krishna nodded to him. Go ahead. So if a Kshatriya is approached, who is capable, is approached for some help, normally the Kshatriya will, yes, I will offer it to you. If it is not adharmic, it's not against dharma. So he eats by raging fire. He wants to eat the Khandava forest. And he is Agni. So therefore Krishna said, okay, because he had other plans in that. So Arjuna said, okay, you go ahead, let us see which Indra comes and does anything to you. Indra is his own father, by the way. Arjuna's father. Nobody can do anything. You go ahead. Then Agni started eating the Khandava forest. It's raging fire. All the snakes ran out. Takshaka pleaded to Indra, save me. So many things happened. Then Indra started his attack to save Khandava forest. Arjuna with his bows and arrows made a whole shelter. As a detailed description of how he did it, he stopped it from happening so that Agni can devour the Khandava forest. He devoured it. In that forest was his residence of Nitya-dāsa, the great scientist, materialist, personality. He creates wonders in construction, in architecture, in technical things, all sorts of things he does. Amazing things. When he came, fire is chasing him. He also came and sought the help of Arjuna and said, I don't want to be burnt. I don't want to die. And Arjuna gave him shelter also. So this mentioned, Arjuna is recollecting how it is Krishna who did all these things. Help me to protect Nitya-dāsa. Help me to give shelter to Agni. All the time, he is recollecting all these things with Yudhishthira. Because what has happened is, Krishna is gone. As soon as Krishna is gone, Arjuna feels that he can't even lift his Gandiva bow. It's too heavy for him, slipping from his hands. He feels very weakened. Krishna had told him to bring all his queens from Dwaraka. And it so happened that while he brought his queens from Dwaraka, cowherd men attacked him and defeated him. And he knew that I have no strength. I can't defeat. I can't protect myself. I gave shelter to so many people. But I can see that Krishna is not there, therefore I am not able to do anything. Actually, those cowherd men were all coming from Braja, and they took away the ladies, because they all wanted to have enjoyment in Braja. Only Dwaraka ladies always desired to be with Krishna in Braja, which they were not given chance to. So it's mentioned in this Leela, Krishna so made it that Arjuna got defeated and they all went. So Arjuna is lamenting about that. And in continuation of that he says, now I understand. Everything I exhibited, all my potency, all my strength, everything came from Krishna. And without Krishna, nothing is possible. He is regretting that. So this is his recollection. Thinking about Krishna and thinking about how Krishna helped him. In the Mahabharata war, you will see that in the end, Krishna will tell Arjuna when he is getting down from the chariot, you get down carefully, you take your Gandiva bow and jump out. Don't casually get down. You say, why? Just do what I am telling you to do. So he will take his Gandiva bow and his quiver and jump out. Then after he has taken everything, then Krishna will also jump out. As soon as Krishna leaves the chariot, the whole chariot will become ashes. And then Arjuna will be very surprised. How did it happen? He said it happened long back. In the war, long back, the chariot is already gone. He was holding it together for the fight. All the powerful weapons of all those Maharathis were hitting the chariot, hitting me, hitting you. Most of the chariot has been destroyed long back. I was just holding it together. Now that the war is over, we don't need it. You step out, it became ashes. That was the power of all the Maharathis fighting against. They were very angry and they were shooting arrows at Krishna and Arjuna. And all of them Krishna absorbed. So Arjuna was recollecting that I was thinking I am the one doing it. But now I understand that it is because Krishna was by my side, I was able to win the war. Because that's what Krishna told Arjuna, Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachi. Simply become my instrument. Everything is achieved. You don't have to do anything much. So Arjuna is recollecting all these different instances. Oh, because of Krishna only this happened. Because of Krishna only this happened. This is the meaning of devotee. Devotee means he attributes everything to Krishna. Not because he attributes just like that blindly, with full understanding that without Krishna and his investment in me, I will not be able to do anything for Krishna. Even otherwise, for my own purpose also, I can only do Krishna's blessings. This is the understanding that Krishna is explaining to Arjuna from the beginning in the Bhagavad Gita. He tells that only if you remember me, Macchitta sarvadurgani matprasadat tarishyasi atachetvam ahankaran na sroshyasi vinakshasi. Always think of me, Macchitta sarvadurgani matprasadat tarishyasi. In this way, all these obstacles that come in front of you, you will surpass. Atachetvam ahankaran, or because out of false ego, if you act thinking that you can yourself overcome it on your own, you will be destroyed. Vinakshasi, you will finish. See, Chetasa sarvakarmani mayi sanyasya matparaha buddhi yogam upashritya macchitta satatam bhava. Always remain in my consciousness, in Krishna consciousness. This is the attitude of a devotee. A devotee is not thinking I am performing. He is thinking Krishna is performing through me because I am surrendering myself. It is not happening because of my ability. I have ability to speak. I have ability to orate. I have ability to build a construction temple. I have ability to make money. I have ability to do this. Therefore, I am offering out of my ability to Krishna. Take it. You must be happy with me because I have done so much of work for you, Krishna. This is a Shudra mentality. We come from that employee world where we get employed everywhere. And our ability is sold and we take money for it. So we possess our ability so much. We think our work is so important. And we offer it and we get money for it. This is the Varnashrama Dharma. It says this is Shudra mentality. Shudra means Kinkara. What can I do? Kim Karaha. What can I do? I can capable of doing. Tell me what I should do. And you say, you do this, then you will do that. And then afterwards you will ask me for my food, for my shelter. In contrast, a Brahmana, he never works under anybody. Shudra is the lowest level. Brahmana is the level where he simply has knowledge, training. He gives knowledge to others. Brahmajnana, Yajana, Yajana, Patana, Patana, Dana, Parigraha. He worships the Lord, he teaches others how to worship the Lord. Patana, Patana. He studies Vedic literature and teaches others how to study. Dana, Parigraha. He accepts charity and he gives charity. He doesn't depend on anybody. Automatically people look after him in the society because he is a Brahmana and he is well read and he is sattvic. So they are happy if they are able to give something to him for his subsistence. So the rest of the society looks after him, so he never depends. If he doesn't get anything, yadricha labha santushtaha. If he doesn't get anything, he simply remains like that. But invariably people will search him out and come and offer. And he will accept what is required for him. Whatever is excess, he will donate to the next person, give dana. He is not thinking, I'll lock it up in the shelf and keep it for tomorrow. He doesn't even think like that. He says the Lord is providing. He gets plenty. Plenty. Prithu Maharaj, he did the whole yajna, homa, big Ashwamedha yajna and all that. Even Lord Ramachandra, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he did the Rajasuya yajna. After he did the Rajasuya yajna, he had called all these Brahmanas and priests and everybody to do the yajna. He offered the whole kingdom to them as charity, dan. It is mentioned he offered everything, the east, the north, the south, he gave to different Brahmanas. I give you this portion of it. Sincerely, I am so pleased with your performance. I am supposed to do this yajna homa. Give. And the Brahmanas, they said, thank you very much for giving, but what we will do with this? This is not, we don't want to possess this. It is not within our limitation and jurisdiction to possess this. We give it back to you. You are such a wonderful king, you rule. We will assist you. You have already inspired us from within our heart as a Supreme Lord. And that is our greatest benediction that you have given us. So they are happy if you give them some good knowledge. Give them opportunity for seva. This is the meaning of a Brahmana. So Shudra is the other way. So Kinkara, what can I do for you? That feeling, if you serve the Lord, you will think that out of my ability I have done something for you. But Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Shabdake Paurisham Trishu. I am the ability in man. I am the ability in man. Everybody's ability should be used for the service of the Lord. This is the best way for a person to engage in work. Yajñartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma vandana. One must perform work for the sake of Vishnu. Yajña arthat. Everybody must do that, at least a little bit, without any possession over it. See, Arjuna understood that I am a nobody. I am not able to do anything now. I can't lift my Gandiva bow. Imagine, everything I did was because of the presence of Krishna. So, these are Arjuna's meditations. These are all very great, exalted personalities. We may think it is not even relevant to us because I haven't even started thinking of doing any seva for the Lord. Or even if I did some seva for the Lord, I always thought I was doing it. And now I am more confused. What should I think in my mind? You don't have to worry about it too much. This is what is mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Great devotees of the Lord, Srila Prabhupada, he wrote in his diary in the Jaladuta when he sailed in the ship. He wrote a nice poem. He was 70 years old, and in the ship he suffered 2 heart attacks on his trip to America. At that time he wrote that I do not know why you have brought me here, Krishna. This place, America, going to land, is full of Rajogun and Tamagun. How will people understand about you? How will I be able to convey this to them? Anyway, you have a purpose, you have a plan. And the fact that you have brought me here in this age to this country must be your plan. So whatever is required, I am willing to do. I am yours. I am simply a puppet in your hands. You can make me dance, you can make me dance, is written. I will dance according to what you do. They have titled me Bhakti Vedanta Swami. I have neither Bhakti nor do I know Vedanta. It is up to you to prove that by engaging me in your service. Signed, your insignificant servant, Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Jaladuta is written. This is Prabhupada's prayer when he arrived in America to start this worldwide mission. He started the worldwide mission with the understanding that I am a nobody, I am unfit. If you want, you can use me. Please use me. Please utilize me to be able to give these people some God consciousness. That is why Prabhupada was very successful. So when we preach the word of God, we are able to do it because we are being chosen by Krishna to do it. We are not only just speaking, we are not only showing our scholarship, we are actually trying to make the other persons understand the reality of Krishna, the reality of their life. We are trying to make them wake up to the situation. We are trying to help them. Prabhupada said this is the greatest welfare work. To awaken a spirit soul and make him realize he is a servant of Krishna and make him do seva for Krishna so that he will enjoy eternal happiness. This is the greatest welfare activity you can do. In the material world, people do all sorts of welfare activity for the sake of the body, for the sake of the mind. Rarely do they think of doing something for that person eternally, for spiritual life. So Srila Prabhupada, he, in the same spirit of Arjuna and the Pandavas, who served Krishna unreservedly, without any reluctance. They served Krishna according to Krishna's plan, they acted, and Krishna utilized them for establishing Dharma. It is not that Krishna, they did not get angry with Krishna at any time. At any time they did not blame Krishna, what were you doing when we were burning in the house of black? What were you doing when Draupadi was disrobed? We called for you. What were you doing when we were cheated of all our wealth? What were you doing when we were sent to the forest? Krishna came and met them in the forest. It's not that they decided, okay, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, you can do anything you want, now put us back. No, they went ahead 14 years in the forest. He didn't say, come now, I'll put you back. He came and met them, whenever you want me, call me, we can meet you. They went through it in the forest. So the amount of trouble that the Pandavas went through, no devotees can go through. Sometimes devotees think that I am chanting Hare Krishna, I am a devotee, why Krishna is giving me trouble? I became a devotee. Anyway, my material life is very troublesome, I became a devotee. After becoming a devotee, Krishna is still troubling me. After all, I am his devotee, I am chanting Hare Krishna. Why doesn't he stop it? Sometimes people think that they should get a material result from the service I am doing to Krishna. But you can see the life of the Pandavas, the greatest of devotees, most capable, powerful warriors. Each one of them can wipe out a whole army. Arjuna single-handedly wiped out the whole army. In Virata's kingdom, he dressed as a eunuch. And then Bhishma, Dronacharya, everybody attacked. Single-handedly, he had them run back. And he told that Virata's son, you'll forget his name, he was running away, seeing the people. He said, don't run. On the battlefield, it is mentioned that Arjuna, he ran with his plate, with his sari, and he was dressed as a eunuch. It's called Brihanalla. Incognito he was in the last year. So that after seeing Dronacharya, this fellow got down from the chariot and started running. I'm going back home. He was so afraid. Then the Brihanalla, that is Arjuna, got down from the chariot and ran behind him. That time his hair was plaited, like a lady. His plaits were running and his sari was falling and all that. And they all watched from there. Who is this lady running so fast? So powerfully running. And immediately Dronacharya noticed, this is Arjuna. I can make out. He went and got hold of that Virata's son and said, just come here, I will do it. You idiot, you are a eunuch. How can you do anything? He said, no, I am not. I am Arjuna. Really? See, I am Arjuna, I am just dressed, this is what I am supposed to do in this thing. Don't tell anybody. Just get me my Gantiva bow, everything I have kept on top of the tree. Just get it for me and I will show you. Don't leave me, just drive the chariot. I will get it for you. I can't believe you. He said, I can't believe you. Okay, you go and see my weapons. You get it for me, believe me. Then he saw Arjuna got the weapons and showed him, this is the Gantiva bow. Shining brilliantly, powerful looking. He said, I am Arjuna. And then he took out his bow and twanged it. And the entire Kauravas, they knew, this is the Gandiva sound. Everybody knows it. This is Arjuna. Then he said, just sit, just drive. I'll do the needful. And then single-handedly, he finished the entire lot of them. Dronacharya ran back, Bhishma ran back, everybody ran back. Because his solid arrows were coming, burning like fire and hitting everywhere. And this Virata's son was so thrilled watching what was happening. Single-handedly Arjuna did that. Such powerful persons. But you can see him now saying, Krishna, without you I can't even lift the Gandiva bow. It is you only who help me do all these things. Same way Kunti also gives entire credit to Krishna. Vishan Maha Agne Purushad Darshanat Asat Sabhaya Vanava Sakrichritah Mrude Mrude Aneka Maharatashtaso Drauni ashtatascha hare virakshita Visha Maha Agne Purushada Darshana. My son was poisoned, Bhima was poisoned and put inside the lake by Duryodhana. Maha Agni, we were all put inside a big house of wax and it was set on fire. Purushada Darshanat. Purushada means all these man-eaters who came and attacked my sons in the forest. Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krichritaha. In the Asat Sabha, my daughter-in-law was disrobed. Vanavasa Krichrita, they sent my sons to the forest. Mride Aneka Maharatashraso. Again and again, so many Maharathis attacked my sons in the battlefield. Drauni Astratas, that means Dronacharya's son Drauni, Ashwatthama, his Astra also attacked my, descendant. So it is Parikshit was attacked. But Hare Abhirakshita, you are the one who saved us all the time from all these things. I know that. So the devotee, he knows really that Krishna only is protecting. That's the meaning of devotee. But one who is not a devotee, he is always thinking, by my ability things are happening. Harav abhaktasya kuto mahadguna. So we are constantly designed, programmed in the material world by our education system, by society, to think we are very great. We can do it. I can do it. That is why there is misery. The Pandavas were put to great misery, but they were not really miserable. They bypassed the whole thing because Krishna is looking after us. We are performing for Krishna. And they were, in the forest also they were happy. They met so many sages, they met so many powerful people, took their blessings. See, Vidura will come and tell that to the Pandavas when they go into the forest. He will come and tell to Yudhishthira, very good thing is happening to you. Going to the forest. Why? There you will get the association of so many saints and sages. And when you come back, you will be highly realized and experienced. But this fellow is going to sit here in the throne and kill himself. He will not have that same opportunity like you. Those days going to the forest means not anything bad. Forest was full of people, all saints, sages, brahmacharis, all vanaprasthas, sannyasis, brahmacharis lived in the forest. Only the grahasthas lived in the city. So if you go to the forest means what? It's not a punishment. You associate with so many wonderful people. Nowadays there is no difference between the forest and the city. Actually forest is better. There are, those animals are better than the other animals in the city. You see. Chanakya Pandit has compared the family members also as powerful animals. And he says better to go to the forest. Vanam gato tat harimashrayata, even Prahalad said. See. Rinakarta pita shatru. In another place he says, Aranyam tena gantavyam yata aranyam tata griham. Aranya means forest. Better you go to the forest because your house is anyway like a forest. Yasya nasti, what is it? Yasya mata grihe nasti bharya cha apriyavadini aranyam tena gantavyam yata aranyam tata griham. In whose house the mother is not there, yasya mata grihe nasti, she is not there, your mother is not there at home. Bharya cha apriyavadini, and your wife is apriyavadini. She keeps on nagging you with 101 things. Aranyam tena gantavyam, better you go to the forest because yata aranyam tata griham, already your house is like a forest. Better you go to the forest. So in the modern world you find worse things than what what Chanakya Pandit has mentioned. You see, everywhere there is fire. We keep hearing so many complaints. Swamiji, I want to see you, I want to discuss something very urgent. I am in great problem. And it's always a problem inside the family. My wife is doing this, my husband is doing this, my father, like this, my son, my daughter, huge thing going on inside the house. Big family, joint family, big properties, big businesses, and there's raging fire inside. Externally it looks very nice, they all take a photograph and they have family, business and everything, but inside, Kali Yuga is like that. But look at the Pandavas. They also had differences of opinion many times. But since Krishna was the center of their life, their differences of opinion were set aside. And they always listened to what Krishna said. It's not that they didn't have a little difficulty. The material world is always full of difficulty. Even the Pandavas had difficulty. Therefore, surrendering to Krishna, listening to Krishna's instructions, these wonderful gems of instructions from the Bhagavatam, if they are read and understood and followed, how much our life will completely change. And change for understanding reality, understanding the truth. So Prabhupada has given this great gift to the entire world, Bhagavatam in English language, written purely. If you simply sit and read the Bhagavatam, you will be totally absorbed. Page after page you can just read and read and read. You simply click into that mood a little bit, chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavatam. You won't find anything better you need to do. Full of instructions, full of Leela, full of wonderful Krishna Katha. So we are very grateful to Bhakti Vinoda Swami for spreading Bhagavad Dharma all over the world. Now we can see people in all languages reading the Bhagavatam and speaking the Bhagavatam. In ISKCON, internationally, all over the world, at every point of time, somewhere Bhagavatam class is going on. According to time. 24 hours we can have a channel and you can hear Bhagavatam in various languages. In India, so many languages, you can tune on to Russia and you can tune on to anywhere. Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, everywhere people are speaking Bhagavatam in their own language. It's an amazing feat. Prabhupada has achieved. Now we translated Bhagavatam in 38 languages. Now the Chinese government is Chinese government is publishing our whole Chinese Bhagavatam. The government itself is publishing. Amazing. And they are going to market it and distribute it. This is Prabhupada's doing. So before it's too late, we should read the Bhagavatam, because all over the world people are reading Bhagavatam. They're abreast with everything. I'm amazed to see sometimes some of the devotees from Europe and all, they have learned Sanskrit, they become pundits, they can give you explanation for everything in the Bhagavatam. It's amazing. They know so much. They read the Bhagavatam every day, 4-5 hours. And they perform so many services for them. They're excited about discovering all these things. Somewhere in India, people are not so excited about Krishna consciousness. I know that, my father did it, my grandfather did it. Really nothing much happened. You measure it in terms of your material benefit. But it's amazing what Prabhupada has done in terms of the Bhagavatam. So please read the Bhagavatam and try to follow the instructions there. Om Tat Sat Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Gaur Premanande. You have any questions or any comments?